All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Riding with Goats. I'm your man, OMG. That's right, old man goat. Give me some of that fist bump and all that. How y'all doing? Welcome back to another episode of Riding with Goats. King Goat from Goat Power Bikes. Is it a bicycle? Is it a motorcycle? Is it a transformer?
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
What is it, right? More than meets the eye. What are we going to do with this thing? Well, today we're going to go out and we're just going to explore. It's been, the bird's killing me. I'm going to go and explore. And we're going to try to unpack the idea here. What is this, right? Bicycle, motorcycle. We're going to take it to a place a motorcycle normally wouldn't go, which would probably say this isn't a motorcycle. Or maybe it's both, right? Because a lot of things can be both, right? But we'll unpack that on the ride. For now, we're going to get away from the noisy birds that just want to show up every time that I hit the record button and you all show up. Let's get out there, get the safety gear on. Let's ride. All right, y'all, we made it back over here by the JOB. We're going to find. We were doing a little bit of recon earlier today. Sun sphere off in the distance. We're going to just see how this motorcycle handles these precarious bicycle-like areas. All right, so now the question is, do we go out on the track somehow, right? So this is where we're at. Small little hill, but an appropriate place for a motorcycle. No. Maybe a dirt bike, right? They don't call them clean bikes. But anyway, I mean, if I had a motorcycle that was capable of doing like 200 miles an hour, I wouldn't go down there. But then, if I had a mountain bike, why wouldn't I go down there? Thing about that is, you'd have to pedal a mountain bike. So this is basically a mountain bike, as long as I ride it responsibly, right? That's the whole, we are unpacking this. Now, motorcyclists, would this be what you would do? Probably, right? Probably. So yeah, again, maybe it's just more than meets the eye. Transformers, right? So we were just up there, and that quickly we're down here. So with this undefined vehicle, some people call them e-bikes, but then that's so vague now, I guess, that we're going to have to jumble them into a category with things that they are not only, because this really doesn't go 200 miles an hour, but it also is nimble enough, as we've been talking about. Yeah, it's a fat tire bike, but it's not as nimble as some other bikes on the market. But this is going to be so far the most, we'll say, treacherous kind of terrain, because thick gravel kind of, it's not struggling in any way, so no worries in that regard. I guess, if we were to be like, click getters, right? If we were only out for the clicks, I could ride down them tracks and ride down these tracks. I don't know. Wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. Right? Famous last words, right? Because you got this way, folks. Let's see if I can get off here a little bit. So right here's what we got, the King Goat from Goat Power Bikes. We can go this way, or what's up? We can spin around like this real quick. We got people looking. Let's go. Knoxville in the back. Let's go. All right, so now what will we do? One of the things we would have to worry about again is all of these tire flattening devices. Hey, right there. He's not going over there, right? Guys, I was trying to get him to come over here so we could ride our motorcycles. What? Why didn't he want to join us? What? Right, so no trespassing. Does that mean all the way down this road? Most likely. Or does that mean over there? We don't want to lose the bike, right? And there is a sign, but it's a confusing sign. Does the sign mean over here, or does it mean over there? Does it mean both, right? Because right here, what do we have? A little creek, right? We're just out getting some shots right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's go. Nice picturesque little creek right here. We're not tearing anything up. We're not trying to stir up no trouble in any way, shape, or form. Seems like some folks probably have been. There was a bunch of liquor bottles right there. The liquor bottles right there. We're just gonna roll with it. I mean, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? So we were just up there on that hill. Let's go with our motorcycle. Now, with our motorcycle, we're gonna use it on this. But again, look, things can be both, right? We were unpacking this, right? We were taking the ribbon off real nicely, doing an unboxing video of this topic. And I'm sure that it sounds great as I'm going across these really large rocks, right? I mean, what better way to have an important conversation than to do it over a bunch of jarbled rocks where you can't be taken seriously. How we can trust that it's been upgraded because we've been out on it, and it's definitely upgraded. It's not really, if you're a wheelie guy, it's not that. It's not what you're going to want for that. I mean, maybe it can be wheelied. Oh, here it comes. Oh. Nice, it went right through it. I didn't even have to use the new guy on a bike balance with both feet down. So here we are. Always check your mirrors when you're in a scenario similar to this one. Now, one of our other warehouses is down here, one of our other groups of warehouses, and so there's a lot of activity that we know of down here when it comes to those without permanent residence. And you always want to make sure that you have an exit, right? That's what it's all about, is an exit. Now, we can't get over to our safety spot of our warehouse right now because they just fixed the fencing. So right now, it does show no trespassing signs over here. So one thing that we do have is the ability to get away at any point should we need it. Now, the problem is will this take us to something that is like a dead end scenario? We don't want a dead end scenario or wrong turn or one of the millions of regurgitated versions of that movie. But yeah, this is what we do here. We are here to explore, and what better way to do it than on our trusted King Goat from Goat Power Bikes. But again, here I am in a place I probably shouldn't be, right? But we're gonna just keep going. We're not out here trying to stir up any trouble. We're testing at the same time the capabilities of this transformer, this undefined two-wheel electric device. This device that has all sorts of different capabilities when it comes to power and ability to maneuver, as we just represented. We could be in an area we shouldn't be, you know. It's hard to see when you got the glare, right? It almost looks like we're somewhere we shouldn't be. Oh no, right there's the road. I know right where I'm at. So let's go, y'all. We was able to do the whole railroad, sort of. So now basically we are kind of on the underneath side of downtown Knoxville. We ride around up here a lot, and you know, just trying to see what all they've done, and they've really done a good job cleaning the area up. There were times I know of that there were many camps around here. But it's not bad. It looks so far like, well, let's just take a second and check our tire. Make sure that our tire's good. 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 Everything looks good. Let's go. Yes. Goat Power Bikes. King Goat. We're not being followed, but look here. Do you see the line? I see the line. We might get a little bit. We might get a little bit. Got a little bit. Crazy, right? Right there at the Sun Sphere. So a lot of the times we're riding around over here in areas like that. Doing good, still sitting on 100% battery. Sooner or later, you know, you end up in a spot, like I was saying, where it's probably gonna have like more of a dead end scenario. If not, that would be nice. There's a lot of boats down there. So now we're gonna do something else here. Trying to keep from getting a flat. There's some activity down here. Do we risk it to a biscuit? Is it a whole bunch of activity? Is it one guy? Nice little push on through here. How's it going? Alright, so not bad. Gets us somewhere where we basically can get anywhere we need to go. Just have to be careful for any kind of like cables that go across any of these areas. Sometimes it could be a trap. There you go. Nice little shot of downtown Knoxville. Get over here. Get us some nice shots here. Maybe find a thumbnail out of all of this. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you would like to see here in Knoxville, Tennessee. We usually go to a lot of the same places, but again, now that we're not doing so much of the technical review type videos, we're getting back to what we really want to do with the bike. Just going around, exploring places. Alright, I think we'll go back for now. Alright, yeah, I was recording, so always got to check that picture man stuff, y'all. Picture man, picture man. Oh, he can really mess up a fun ride.
Who's that, picture man?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Carol?
Yes, ma'am. Y'all smile pretty for the camera now.
Carol! Carol!
Alright, so let's see what happens if we go right there. Alright. The underbelly of Knoxville. So you can get through right there. Do a little recon first. Oh, I know where this is. I know where this is. Yeah. You know where we at. Now, to give us a nice little idea of where we were just at on the railroads over there, there was that spot in the gate where you could go through and get on this side of the tracks, which would have been like directly, sorry, I gotta fix my mirror again, okay, which would have been directly across from over here at Cooper Street. Alright, so again, there's just been numerous days where we would come over here and there'd be so much of a presence. People with no clothing on, people just laid down, passed out. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, you know, we have most of these buildings here, and it's really odd because there's historic cemetery, a veterans memorial cemetery, and then this very industrial type look, which again, you know, if you don't know this is here and you're over there, it looks completely off. Right, so we'll go in here, see if people are messing around where they shouldn't be again. More of the skyline, sun sphere. But yeah, here's this. And then, right on top of this industrial area. And they keep breaking through the fence over here because you can hide behind these ledges. See, we were just down there. We went right straight through there. So yeah, you can get down there from this side as well. Now Now the other way, maybe not as nice, especially from a visual standpoint. At least we had the backdrop this way of downtown. And you captured a little bit of the ominous yet serene, I have to say, because we just went through there and we saw like maybe 3 or 4 people, right? So we were just right down here. We'll see the hill again. Right here's where we started the video at, right there. We went down there. Right. So now we have the option we can go down that way. It's just so, you got a turn signal? You don't have a turn signal? I got a turn signal. I'm on a bicycle with one. You don't have a turn signal, buddy? Look at him all over the road, y'all. We're gonna get us a hydration break in here, y'all. Old man's a little parched from all this yapping. And it's pretty windy today, so we haven't been up here since all the big change occurred. We'll find the right spot to hydrate. Fulton High School, which used to be a hospital. Ooh, that little fella, he really wanted a piece of me. Yeah. Nice little failed U-turn. You missed it. Do whatever you want to do sometimes, I guess. I could have got through there, but I'm not going to run through there. Nice. Nice. That's what it is. Football field. Alright, y'all, Fulton High School. Nice, right? Gonna get us a little bit of a hydration real quick. Give her a chance to rest. We're gonna get us something that'll quench our thirst. Alright, y'all, that's Fulton High School football field. We got us something to drink. Let me know in the comments what high school you went to here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I'll go by your football field. Let you see what it looks like today. And then I'll take the King Goat. Let me know what high school you went to in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'll find a way to ride this bike through the hallway of your high school. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there, everybody. Fulton High School. Old man, go. Let's go. Again, let me know in the comments what school you currently go to or used to go to. And I'll find a way. I'll find a way to ride this lovely motorcycle through the halls of your high school. All right, look at that, the mountains right there, y'all. You probably can't see them, but yeah, they're there. Let's go. Oh. All right, Old High School. We're just riding, we're just exploring. Be nice if I had somebody out here riding, exploring with me. Come on down to Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll ride. Oh, I was looking past the fence for sure. All right, 99% battery, and we've been out for a minute, y'all. Oh. Whew. That was a bad one. I gotta hope. Wow. Whoa, that damn dog about bit my leg off, y'all. Whew, that was a bitey dog. That was a scary, bitey dog, y'all. Whew. That was about as bad as going 67 miles an hour. Oh, scared me, y'all. Now I am so worried. So worried now that dog just about ate my leg off. You see that, y'all? What a pretty little area this could be. All that trash back there. So yeah, we're still riding and talking, y'all, since the dog's gonna give us a cinematic moment for me to share with everyone. So here we are, checking out this wonderful Greenway that could be very beautiful, but as you can see, it's riddled with trash, right? So really, not only that, it looks like there's been a little bit of a mudslide here, so something could have been really nice here, but now it isn't. Now it's just full of trash. All right then. And you know, these kind of bicycles, e-bikes, motorcycles, transformers, whatever you want to call them, maybe this thing is just, maybe it's a camel. You see that? You see the po-po giving me the stink eye? What is that all about? All right. Okay, so we did some exploring at Fulton High School. Alright, so now we still got a lot of juice because we really haven't been getting out on the main roads and getting loose on it. This is where we were pedaling with no hands the last time we come down through here, about this fast. But we were over there in that lane, and we'll get back over in this lane. But yeah, no hands, pedaling right through here with no hander, pedaling about 40 miles an hour or so, and right there you saw the tire of that car go down. Yeah, my handlebar front tire hit it and it went bloop, 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 bloop. And when I went to grab it, the action of it doing that broke my wrist in 2 places. But you know, that was then. This is now. Now we got us the King Goat. multi-faceted two-wheel electric transportation. It can be a bicycle, it can be the feeling of a unicycle, right? Because we'll stand up and we're going about 40. So we're doing that kind of lean forward, lean into it kind of thing. You know, so you get the EUC kind of feel. Then you get this, so you're a bicycle, you got pedals, so you got pedals, you must be something that can also responsibly traverse on a sidewalk. Now, if there was a group of people walking through here, like say there was when we went to London during Christmas, would I at that point right up on the sidewalk? And no, right? I mean, a lot of it is kind of like sad that I even have to talk about it. But I did see that they are changing some laws in California now when it comes to e-bikes and them having to have license plates on them. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody let me know in the comments if that is true. If so, it's going to be really hard to get a license plate on your e-bike because you can't get a VIN number for it, so you can't register it. If you can't register it, you can't get the license plate, right? So is that what we're doing? We're just tying everybody's hands and removing electric two-wheel or one-wheel. What's going on with EUCs? I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but you know, I've seen a couple of EUCs. If anybody doesn't know what an EUC is, it's an electric unicycle, and I have seen a couple of them here in Knoxville. You got to keep having the conversations, because if not, we're just going to get trampled on. I mean, that's what it feels like at this point, is that responsible two-wheel electronic transport, responsible e-bike drivers, right? This is an e-bike, right? An e-bike has the capability of being a motorcycle and a bicycle, right? And it could be also a dirt bike, right? We went to places today that you know, most dirt bikes go, you know, not really motorcycles. We've been on sidewalks. That's somewhere that motorcycles don't go, but bicycles can go. Mopeds really don't go. It's such a confusing time, right? So confusing, and it looks like everything has fallen victim to confusion. But what can you do, right? What can you do? Just ride your bicycle. That's what you can do. See, like this guy has a motor on his bicycle, but it's a gas motor. And I can smell it. It's polluting the airway, right? So it's making me kind of nauseous with the fumes that it's putting off in the world. And it's like, I guess that's supposed to be, he's gonna have to register that, right? Wouldn't somebody have to register this? I mean, this guy in front of me, right? That's a motorcycle, right? Isn't that a motorcycle? I think it's a motorcycle. How you doing? That's nice. Heck yeah. But again, that fella, he has to have a license plate, insurance. I mean, that's what they're talking about, right? And that looked like some DIY bike, bro. And he's just out here just trying to have a good time on his DIY Harley Davidson, right? And what, are you gonna make this guy have to get some kind of moped license? Guys, come on. The penalty should fit the crime, and if there isn't any crime, then there shouldn't be a penalty, right? But we're gonna keep talking about it. We're gonna keep trying to have this conversation so that maybe, just maybe, people will see that it's not just wheelie guys and 300 person mobs riding and taking over. You know, it's none of that. It's not always that. Right? Alright, y'all. Let me cut off this Bluetooth. Everybody say hi to Mrs. OldMan. Hi, Mrs. OldMan. I don't think she sees us waving at her. Hi, Mrs. OldMan. Anyway, y'all, that's gonna do it for today. See the ghost in the shadows. Hi, Mrs. OldMan. Alright, so that's gonna end today's video. We've been out riding, exploring with some of the greatest folks on this planet. Appreciate y'all hanging out to the end. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to see in Knoxville. Other than that, y'all, we'll catch you on the next ride.